Go to ChatGPT and type out this prompt. If you were the devil, how would you destroy an entire society? And then afterwards, type out, if you were the devil, how would you distract young, ambitious men? The answers that it will give you will be quite shocking, especially if you respect yourself as a young, ambitious man, or any kind of person, even if you're a girl watching this video, because for some reason you resonate with what I said, because we are perhaps in the darkest age of mankind. The things that were once promoted in the past, like having moral values, building a family, being respectful, being truthful, being a man of honor, a woman with respect, a woman with chastity, a woman who would protect her body, all of those things are being faded. All of the other things are being promoted. When you look around, you see porn. When you look around, you see OnlyFans. When you look around, you see people scrolling on social media, going from one hype to the next hype, constantly doing something, going to parties, doing drugs, and all of that is being promoted in hip-hop music and all sorts of music. You watch a movie and at least one of those things appears in it. How many people do you know who still have families that are intact? How many people do you know whose parents are still together? Like nowadays, it's a flex to say that my parents never got divorced and they're still together and they live a happy life. And I've been able to see them grow up, because you don't really see that anymore. Too many families are being broken. Too many relationships are being torn apart. We are living this life, we're living in this era where being selfish is promoted. Think about yourself. Live for yourself. Make your own decisions. No, be selfless. Act in a way that you prioritize yourself, but with the intention to solve a problem within the world. Nowadays, it's not cool anymore to have a purpose. Nowadays, it's not cool anymore to be of meaning. Nowadays, it's not cool anymore to be truthful. They want you to lie. They want you to sell something that isn't there, and they label it as, I'm a salesperson. No, because if the product that you are promoting, whether that's a person for a job interview or whatever, if that thing that you are promoting, that you are putting nice words to it, doesn't meet up the criteria that is asked, then it is a bad product. Then that product will not meet up to the standards that are necessary. Because selling, for example, I'm now going to give this example, selling something is not to gain the money. Selling something is providing a solution for the pain of the person that is experiencing the pain. That is what selling is all about. Being able to build something off of it that is impactful, that is meaningful, that creates like a solution for that what they're going through. And to bring this back into context of what I mentioned of purpose, how many people actually have a person? How many people actually know who they are? Everybody's distracted on their phone, scrolling on social media, seeing all of these influencers that are telling them to, go meet a lot of women, join the red pill, fuck blue pill, fuck this, fuck that. And then you start wondering, who am I? Oh, I cannot be my true authentic self and live up to the morals that I have because apparently they won't work in this world. And for a degree, that is true. The world isn't set up in that way anymore, especially not the Western world. It's not set up in a way that you can be a man of honor, be a man of values, be a woman who respects herself. Because when you respect yourself, you'll be looked at somebody who is weird. You'll be looked at as if you're an alien. Like when you promote marriage, for example, a lot of people will look at you strangely. Yeah, but marriage is the bad thing. It's not the right thing to do because women can take everything from you. What kind of mindset is that? Women can take everything for you. What kind of pussy mindset is that? Are you so afraid of a woman to take everything from you? Then maybe you need to make a better decision of what kind of woman you choose. Because indeed, there are a lot of women who will, abuse this rule. They will abuse the law. Those women aren't high-quality women. If their intention is to screw you over, then that's not a woman that you want to marry in the first place. Marriage is meant to build together, to grow together, to become both the strongest version of yourselves. Because marriage is filled with challenges. There will be moments where you'll be angry when you shouldn't be angry. Like where you need to control your anger, where you need to control your emotions, to be more correct. To put your selfish needs on the side and look at the situation from a wider perspective and see how you can help each other to grow. And most people are afraid of going down that path. Why? Well, they're afraid of screwing up. You're so afraid of everything that you make no progress in life and you remain stuck in the same position. What has happened to taking on responsibilities? What has happened to making a promise and living up to that promise that you have made? And if you cannot live up to that promise, just say the truth. Instead of faking that you can make up to that promise. Everything in life is like this illusion. The truth is not even being told to anyone. Almost everybody you meet at least is telling a lie to somebody else, a lie about themselves. And no, not everybody needs to know everything. I'm also aware of that. And what I'm talking about is a lie that is induced into relationships. A lot of people lie about themselves in order to attract the girl that they want or the guy that they want. And then one of the two will find out and they'll break up. And that is another tier into society. That is another tier in the community. When you're on social media, you see all of these influencers promoting you one thing and the other that is completely misaligned with the core values of what defines a human of being a human. Well, actually, not what defines a human of being a human, but actually what religion is promoting. The thing is, people don't even know what religion is. They only see that you have to live up to certain moral values and a code of life, a way of life, a certain lifestyle that you have to implement, but they don't understand the reason behind of it. Like religion is made to guide humans from their natural tendencies to elevate themselves to a higher level, and so that they can be less selfish and more selfless, think less about themselves and more about other people. To live with more meaning, to see the world from a bigger perspective, from a wider perspective, see the problems within the world and provide what they can that they know that they are skilled in to solve that issue within the world. We are all specialists in our own way, and other specialists can work together to provide solutions for issues that are within the world. That is what religion is basically about. To refrain from all of the distractions, to refrain from all of the bullshit that will not make you get to that level, to not have you become the strongest version of yourself. There's a reason why you need to have morals. There's a reason why you need to have values. Because if you don't have morals and values, then what do you stand for? Then you don't know who you are as an individual. Because you don't know what you respect. You don't know what you like. You don't know what you gotta protect. You don't know what you gotta fight for. You don't know when you gotta say no because you don't have any morals and no values. And I'm now talking directly to you, but I'm meaning in general a lot of people in the world who are lost in this, on this path. And actually, I am talking directly to them. So I think that it's also my duty, as I'm aware of this, to provide this message to you, to them, to everybody who's not aware of this, of why religion is important. And even if you're not a religious person, at least look at religion and see what it provides. It provides you a way of life, of living better, to striving to become a better version of yourself. Because all the things that you take on, not drinking alcohol, not inducing in casual sex, marrying, having children, they all have a system built into them that you will, well, not a system, but you will be challenged in all of those aspects. In every single one of them, you will be challenged. But the challenges are meant to make you better, because if you persevere to the challenges, you will become a better individual. You will become a stronger individual. You will become almost indestructible. But as we are humans, and we alone are not indestructible, we have to work together. So that's why we build families, so that our children can then, so that two people of different families can meet together, form a bond. Those families come together, they form a bond, they have children, the man and the wife, the man and the woman, they have children, and then if she has siblings, they have children, they will become friends. The community keeps growing. You keep and if everybody lives up to the highest values possible and does their best to make it happen, then look at how strong that family is going to be. And society doesn't want to promote that, because strong families means strong individuals. Strong individuals means strong leaders. A strong bond is almost hard to break off, because if somebody falls, the other person gets up. Everybody is so alone. Nobody has friends. Nobody has somebody to turn to. Why? Because the concept of family, the concept of community, the concept of being one group is destroyed. We're constantly on our phones, looking at the things that we enjoy, focus on the things that we want to do, but not focusing on the things that could provide help for other people. And so that is all watering away. And despite in an age where everybody is so connected with each other, we are more alone than we have ever been. We feel more lonely than we have ever been. Still, a lot of families are falling apart. A lot of people are unable to maintain a relationship. I don't promote girlfriend and boyfriend, but that's not the point of this video. The point is, in an age of today, when you could have everything you want, you still don't have it. When everything is so easy, yet there's still so much friction, because the core elements that promoted these things is being taken away. So there's a couple of things that come up into my mind when it comes to improving this. And that is that we need to strive for meaning. We need to live for purpose. We need to live to solve an issue within our community, within the world. We need to work on becoming better version of ourselves, to like live with morals and live with values, to somewhat become like intolerant to the bullshit that other people are trying to sell us, so that we can see the truth for ourselves and work on living by example, being the leader that people can look up to. And not necessarily in an egotistical way, but in a selfless way, by paving the way for them to follow. By doing that, you are already a leader. By willing to sacrifice what modern life promotes, being the person who talks about it, being the person who invests time talking to other people and showing them the truth, you are paving the way. But you shouldn't force people. People should force themselves to see the truth and to accept it. And so you have to force yourself to pave that way, to reject degeneracy, everything that is in your life available within you, within your eyesight, to ignore it. Like, not ignore it, but to deny it, and to not settle for that lower quality of life, because you know that is of lower quality of life. If you look at all of the people who are going to parties, are they living an actually good life? Maybe in the moment, on the pictures it seems like they are, but they're all broken on the inside. They're all unhappy. They all don't want to go to work, because they are only working for the money. There's no purpose, there's no meaning, there's no fulfillment. It doesn't feel like they are working towards something besides their vacation that they can take on once a year for maximum a month, which some companies don't even allow. You can only leave the company for 2 weeks because they need you, because they just don't want to provide you with that freedom. And the quickest way that we can find meaning is to connect with our loved ones, to look at the problems that they're going through. Ask yourself, how could I solve? How could I pay off the bills of my parents? What could I do to make that happen? What could I do to help my brother who is suffering from depression? What can I provide for him? Instead of allowing him constantly to be on his phone and doing whatever. How can I be of meaning to them? How can I create a fun experience for him? How can I gain more knowledge in order to solve this issue? We don't ask these questions. We rarely do. And if we start doing that, start connecting with our loved ones, start connecting with our community, with our family, then maybe this could all change. Because most people, despite being connected with their family members, by having their phone numbers, they're not talking. And that's painful, that's shameful even. But yet, that is the truth. The next thing that comes to mind is to reject degeneracy in every kind of way. Reject casual sex. Reject porn. Reject being boyfriend and girlfriend. Unless it is of true meaning and you want to get married with each other. Otherwise, don't even put your time into it. Instead, put your time into developing yourself, in education, becoming stronger, into challenging yourself, into training your body, your mind, into making more money so that you can provide some sort of meaning to other people. And you know, sometimes money is not the answer, because we get distracted that we need a lot of money to get things done. Money will solve certain issues, but if you can provide a service to somebody who makes money, you build up that foundation as well. So not everybody needs to be making money. You could be of support to somebody else who is making the money, and he will need you and your skills in order to make sure that his vision is running. And you have to be able to humble yourself, to think egoless, to accept that and to run with that. Because everybody now wants to be like the king. Everybody nowadays wants to be like that person who is on the top, who wants to have the status, who wants to have everything. Because you've been told that you can do everything you want and you can make your dreams a reality. So go do that what you want. But then people forget that there's skill involved in that. And they're not willing to put in the time and the effort to get it done. But yet they're living this delusional life that, oh, I can be a king. No, you cannot be a king. Ask yourself the question, who was a king in the past? A king in the past was somebody who was of a certain bloodline. He already had a certain kind of level of status. And he was also not going to marry somebody who was not of status. He was going to keep that thing up. He was going to keep up the name of his family running and that of the other family. Because you're not going to allow like some random person to come into the family, come into the royal family of somebody who has already put in a lot of effort to build that system up, to then have some random person join it and destroy everything. The risk was too high and the reward was too little. So the same thing goes with businesses. You can provide your service to a person who is running a business, a successful business, who has done everything he can. Like, he's not going to hire just a random person who has no skills. No, he wants to hire somebody who has a skill, who can help him to realize his vision. And you can be like, no, I don't want to work for him because I want to be the boss. I want to be the businessman. well then build your system, build your career, do everything. But also realize that most people will not be able to do that. There's a skill involved in that, and you have to build up those skills. And maybe you can, if you really work hard for it, you can. But don't let your ego run wild. You have to be egoless. You have to be accepting that it's a long way to go, and that you cannot just have everything instantly, because modern day life, society wants you, like has implemented this thing that you can get everything you want instantly. You can get instant reward by going on social media and posting a picture of yourself and getting a lot of likes and comments in a couple of seconds. When you go on YouTube, you can find all the answers that you want. You can watch an entertainment video and that will make you happy. If you feel lonely and you want to have sex, you watch porn. And so when you watch porn, it feels, and you ejaculate, you then feel like you have finally procreated, because that's what your body thinks when you didn't. You think that you have that girl for yourself, but you don't. There are a million other guys looking at the same girl who's putting herself on the internet naked. That's somebody's daughter. That is somebody's sister. That is shameful. That is absolutely disgusting. To be selling yourself like that is not something to be proud of. And as a man, that's not something you want to watch. Like, you cannot respect yourself if you watch that. You have to change that habit. You have to reject porn. Porn destroys families. You have like this idea that this is your girl, that you can get her or whatever. You ejaculate and you don't even have to drive to build your own family, because you know that you can get like sexual pleasure by going on your phone, which requires not a lot of effort, provides you high rewards, so to say, but then long term it doesn't provide you anything meaningful. You will feel lonely, you will feel alone. You feel alone because you don't have a girl, you don't have a wife, you don't have children. All that seed that you have wasted on a tissue or on a napkin or whatever is all wasted. Nothing good has come out of it. You have not built up the skill to be able to attract a high quality woman that you can marry. Impossible that you've been able to do that because you've been stuck inside on your phone, in the toilet, jacking off to your little willy like a monkey every day, multiple times a day, spazzing out on your tissue and not done anything else. And then every time a woman appears in front of you, you're insecure, you're afraid, because you know deep down that the habit that you've been doing is not good. And second of all, you don't have the skill to talk to her because you have not interacted enough with women to do that. Because your only way of getting close to women was by being on your phone and watching them being sexual. Like, it requires a lot of skill to be able to get intimate with someone, and to have access to that in a minute, in a second, is insane. It's crazy. It's unnatural. It's not the truth. It's not how life works. It's not how you get a woman. It's not how you get married. The only way that you can attract a woman is by putting in the work, educating yourself, building your charisma, building your character, building your personality, becoming the best version of yourself, putting yourself in challenging situations, talking to a lot of women so that you can figure out what's a good woman and what is not a good woman. And also, due to the education that you put in, you then can recognize what a good woman is by analyzing the past, analyzing why people are getting divorced. What are the laws saying about divorce? How are people abusing those laws in order to benefit their own pockets? Oh, I have a friend whose parents got divorced. Why is that? Ask yourself the question. Ask him the question. Don't be ashamed of that. You have to know. This is education, real life experience that is not on your phone, and that you can only discover by going out into the world and discovering it. But you're not going to do that when you're on your phone constantly watching other women who are telling you, yeah, daddy, come, whatever. It was kind of difficult for me to say that, not gonna lie. But do you see the pattern that is within this? Do you see the truth that lies within this fucked up mindset that people have? This is not how you want to live. This is not how you live up to high values and high morals. Because also, if you don't have the skills, if you don't have the confidence to talk to women, that is because, yeah, you haven't done it enough. You haven't put in the repetition. And then what kind of quality woman will you attract? The lowest of the lowest. And is that who you want to settle for? No. Then start putting in the work. And don't be angry about that fact. You've put yourself in this position. Maybe you didn't know. But now, if you watch this video, then hopefully you do know and you know what you got to do. And if you got questions, let me know in the comment section. And I'd love to help you find the answers, to help you build up towards that life that you can become the man that you desire to be. But it's hard. It's way harder than being on your phone. But that doesn't mean that it should stop you. Like, these challenges are necessary. They are a necessary aspect, a necessary part of your development. You only grow through forcefully making yourself to change. You only grow by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, feeling like you want to give up and persevering. It's the only way. And as you persevere to the challenges, in some sort of way, you then create values. Values you live up to. Maybe one of those values is persevere. And that's what you live up to. And then you can start promoting that to other people. You can live up to that. My core value is perseverance. So I'm going to show that and pave the way for the people who can persevere and show them that it is possible. And I'm going to document that and share that. What do you think that I'm doing with these videos? Like, these videos are literally me building up my channel from scratch, building up my business from scratch, and displaying that as a journey to you and everything that I'm going through in my mind, everything that I know, giving that away for free. So that hopefully, documenting that, giving it away for free, and hopefully inspire people to do the same, paving the way. It's not always fun. It's not always comfortable. It is quite challenging. Like, this is maybe the 130th video that I've recorded in only a couple of months. Like, the first couple of videos, even last week, I was going through it, wondering if I should stop or not. And still I'm here documenting it because I know that there's someone out there who needs to watch this. There's someone out there who, based off of the values that I have of sacrifice, courage, and self-respect, that he would want to live up to those values as well. Maybe not all of them, but at least one of them. And that will guide him into the path and guide him towards the path that he needs to walk on in order to become the man that he wants to be, so that he can be of meaning to his community, to be of meaning to the world. Everybody wants to have meaning. Everybody wants to be of purpose, but nobody is willing to do the necessary things. Nobody is willing to go out into the wild and to get beaten up by life. Because everybody's too comfortable being inside or indulging in their phones, running away from their reality, being distracted by what ChatGPT has told us, by endless social media scrolling, by endless entertainment, Netflix, Disney Plus, all of these things that get you to do nothing. You're wasting your energy, wasting your brain capacity on those businesses that aren't helping you in life, which then make you have to work shitty jobs because you haven't used your time wisely to educate yourself, to become stronger, to put yourself in challenging situations. Like, even if you're somebody who goes train martial arts, the challenge that you will go experience in that is unbelievable. It opens your mind to your weaknesses. It opens your mind to your areas of improvement. Like the other day, I was in my training session, and I didn't go as hard as I felt that I could because I was afraid of injuring myself. But I knew that I wasn't going to injure myself because it all depended on the pace that I was in. But I didn't go as hard as I wanted to. And I felt weak afterwards. I realized, like, fuck, I've allowed comfort. I've allowed, like, my fears to dictate how hard I was going to train and the progress that I was going to make. So in that day, I didn't make a lot of progress as I wanted. But then again, I made progress by realizing what I did wrong, writing that down in my journal, remembering it, and then making the best out of it and making sure that I was not going down the same path as I went back then. Awareness is so crucial into becoming the best version of yourself. This is the first step that you have to take to make sure that you don't fall down the cycle that everybody else is in, because how many people are aware of the situation that they're in? I don't think a lot. Everybody's being brainwashed. I was like that myself. I also needed people to tell me, like, what the fuck is up. And then I denied it as well. Then I had to pay the hard price by the reality that I was in, and I was reminded of the fact, like, fuck. What that person once said to me that was going to happen if I continued down this path eventually did happen. Oh, fuck. I gotta do something about this because I'm not happy with the way my life is going. And I have to change it. And I hope this video can be of same impact to you. Maybe you will not do anything with it right now, but maybe in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, you will remember me. You will remember my face, because I'm not thinking of stopping anytime soon, by the way. Because I see how problematic this current society that we live in is. It's not getting better. And the only way that we can solve that issue is by raising our voices and standing here and doing these things and influencing as many people as we can to see the truth, to show them the truth, to show them that there's another way, and that you shouldn't be afraid to show who you really are, and you shouldn't follow down the path of what society is telling you, especially if you know that morals, values, religion is the right path. Don't be afraid. Every time you are inauthentic, you will feel some sort of way. And with every time you don't accept the person that you desire to be and you want to live up to that what people are expecting from you, you're only digging your own grave. And this is where a lot of people end up at. And when they realize that, they start pointing the fingers to everybody else. And what they don't know is that they need to be 100% responsible for the results of their lives. Because you, in that moment of that realization, had the opportunity to change it and to improve yourself. But you didn't. So it's not the fault of somebody else that you're in this position. And so when you find out the truth, when you find out the answers that you need, that will help you to get closer towards your goals, get closer towards the person that you want to be and live an authentic life, teach yourself to be disciplined. Force yourself to do the things that are necessary. Don't succumb to everything that is there and willingly fight this battle, because it is a battle. It is a war. And you have to fight this war. Like, in order to win the war, you have to fight the battles consistently on a daily basis. And there's levels to this. And with every like skirmish, as you could call it, you will level up. But you have to actively fight them. In this moment, you may be somebody who has indulged in a lot of social media, who has bad habits, who cannot sit down to do the work because his mind is constantly jumpy. Well, then you have to follow a specific step. Like you have to destroy those habits, take away those habits, and implement new habits that will be beneficial in you to becoming the person that you want to be. You know, for a long time, I couldn't sit down and do the work. I couldn't stand here and do anything. I was constantly distracted by my phone. I wanted to lie in bed whenever it became uncomfortable. I was watching porn. I was smoking weed. I was going out with friends. I was doing drugs, drinking alcohol, doing everything that was degenerate, chasing girls, everything. Eventually feel so empty and feel so lost and wonder why I couldn't do the work, until I realized, like, fuck, when I started to take away the things that were distracting me. So I put my phone in a different room, and then whenever I wanted to do work and I felt uncomfortable, I would almost walk up to that room to pick up my phone and then realize, like, oh fuck, no, I was unconscious of this habit, and now that I'm aware of it, as I'm walking to that, I feel uncomfortable, I realize it, and I want to pick up my phone. No, I'm not going to allow myself to do that. Force myself to sit back down and try to do the work. Did I make a lot of progress, like, doing the work? No. Because I was too busy fighting off the impulses. But eventually, once that battle ends, I move on to the next battle. Because you level up. And you have to gain the experience, the repetitions consistently over and over again. And that will help you to eventually become the person that you want to be. See this video as a truth. Because this video is a truth that you need to see in the position that you are in. Embrace what it is. And reject degeneracy at all times. You have to ignore all the distractions that are out in the world, because they're not going to help you. Not at all. If you respect yourself, do the things that are necessary that will help you to get closer towards becoming the man that you want to be, or the woman. I'm going to give you an action step after having watched this video. Go outside. Go to the city and see how everybody else is living. And you will see with your own eyes what the truth is. And then tell yourself, I don't want to end up like them. I don't, and I reject to end up like them. And then start building your life up to live the way that you want to live. Remember that you are 100% responsible for the results in your life. Make the hard decision today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye-bye.